And when you come from the bottom, it's one thing you gotta learn if you want to be in business. If you want to have any type of business, any type of anything, you want to be a business owner, you want to learn how to build a team, build all these companies, you gotta learn leadership. Like this for my folks that's from the projects, that's from Section 8, like anybody really, you gotta learn leadership. And the first place to start with leadership is yourself. Like when you wake up in the morning, what's your routine? When you wake up in the morning, what you doing? Are you reading? Are you doing certain things that you say to get what you say you want to get? Before we build all this great stuff, before we rise up from the bottom, it's gonna start with leadership. We gotta start leading ourselves. I got a company called Lonnie Enterprises LLC. Lonnie Enterprises LLC. I named that after my granddad. Um, and I hired some people to help me do some things, help me do some work. But I realized my leadership was weak. Like my leadership was weak. Like I got these people. I'm calling myself a business owner. I was a hobby owner. I wasn't no business owner. I was a hobby owner. Like I treated it like a hobby. I treated the shit like a hobby, like straight up. And like I said on my IG, man, I never want to lie to nobody like I'm in a high position doing something greater than what I'm saying. I would never do that. Coming from the bottom, you gotta learn leadership. You gotta learn how to lead. And you start by leading yourself. And once you get good at leading yourself, then you can try to lead somebody else. Then you can start hiring teams and different things like that. But I tell you what, once you get that leadership, once you build that habit up, bro, you can go on to start any business, any other business you want to start. Once you get this one built up, you can go on to start any other business you want to start. The first business though is you. The first business is you. You're your own LLC. If you was on the outside looking in, would you invest in yourself? Would you invest in your company? On the outside looking in, would you invest in this corporation? Would you invest $1 million in you? I'll be real. I would not take $1 million if I'm not ready for it mentally. Because all I'm gonna do is spend it. All I'm gonna do, I don't got those habits built up. I don't have that mindset built up. It may sound crazy, but it's so important. The inner work. The inner work is so important. It may sound crazy. Why you think people hit the lottery and they go broke? Because they don't have those principles. They don't got no principles. They don't got that leadership. They didn't start working on their own business first. I don't know, man. I'm just saying this because this is the point I'm in my life. I talk to my VAs, which is my virtual assistants. They help me make calls, talk to my coach, and it was all me, man. It was all me. My leadership wasn't there. I wasn't stepping up to the plate. I was letting myself slide. But on that, and that's why I say you can catch me reading books like this. Start with why, because when you come from nothing, bro, you gotta invest everything. If you don't got no money, you gotta invest time. If you got time, then you don't got no money. I hope I didn't screw that up. I said if you don't got no money, then you got time. If you got time, then you don't got money. You gotta go all in. I'm gonna look back at it and say, hey, that didn't make no sense. But I hope it made sense though. Basically, what I'm saying is you gotta invest everything. When you come from the bottom too, everything that you gain is a profit. Even if you lose, if you're trying to do something that you want to do, and you lose, that's still a profit though, because you learned the lesson that you wouldn't learn if you just stayed in the trap or just stayed where you was at, stayed in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like you learned the lesson. If you move out your city and you start going through a lot of BS and you just start realizing a lot about life once you leave and just start trying to grow. You don't even gotta leave. Just go try to do something that means something to you. Once you start doing something that means something to you, you'll learn a lot of lessons. So like I said, even when you lose, you still win. And another concept I came upon, man, is struggle. Choose your struggle. When you come from the bottom, life got you struggling because it just got you assed out. Now get yourself to a certain position where you can choose your struggle. And what I mean by that is find you something that you really want to do, that you really want to build, that you really want, and struggle for that. Don't just struggle just because you're from Section 8 and life got you messed up. Don't let life have you struggling. Choose your struggle, bro. Have an identified goal, something you really want, and struggle for that. Because all those struggles and all those speed bumps and all those obstacles, that's gonna get you to what you really want. Is gonna be worth it versus just struggling because the bills can't get paid. Just struggling for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a reason, but because mindset shifts and all that type of stuff. But choose your struggle, man. We got the right to choose our struggle. Nobody ain't never told us that. You can choose your struggle. That's how I feel. I'm gonna tell you how I feel every single time. But yeah, man, start with why, like where you want to go, and build yourself up. Build that leadership. You can't build nothing great if you don't got no leadership. If you don't got no leadership skills, bro. That's all I gotta say, man.